Hello everyone! Today we are going to be spending some time with this very special and lovely Poppy Parker doll. I'm going to tell you the couple of things that make her special. She is an exclusive of the International Fashion Doll Convention, also known as IFDC, so she's going to be a little bit harder to find. Another thing, obviously, she is in the FR Black skin tone, which in the 10 or so years that Poppy has been made, there's only about a handful of black poppies, so seeing another one is always amazing. Another thing that makes her special is her more modern look, and I mean modern compared to her other looks. This is obviously still very 60s, and 60s was the theme of IFDC, so it was very fitting. I don't think we have ever seen Poppy in jeans before, besides the offbeat Poppy Parker from the collection for this year. She has heeled feet, and we can talk about her from the toes to her head. She has cork wedge heels with brown straps that I think look very lovely on her, and apparently these were an actual trend in the 60s. And another thing, obviously, here she comes with two different hand sculpts. She comes with one in this position, which is called the I love you hand. Some people call it the rock on hand, whatever you want to call it. It's there, it's cute, it's awesome. And she has a peace sign hand, which I find completely adorable. These hands, I believe, were not made from Poppy Parker hands. When I put them next to her real hands, they are actually bigger, and you can see that here. And then onto her flared out jeans with the little unfinished hems at the ends there. She has some back pockets, which I think are a very nice detail. She does have this little hem here around the knees, which I think is actually pretty nice. It's something that you don't really see often. And I also noticed a very similar thing going on here on her flared out sleeves. So I think that's actually very nice to see that kind of consistency. She comes with a crop top. It's a paisley top in brown, orange, red, blue, and it has some eyelets with a little cord going through it. I need to step it up with my fashion terms, but anyway. The cords have little beads at the end and feathers. I know feathers were also a thing in the 60s, and then they came back for a while. I was never really a big fan of feathers, and I do think that they kind of went longer than they needed to on the cord. It kind of just looks a little bit awkward, so I might just trim those off. And then onto her jewelry. Here you can see her ring. I absolutely love her ring. It is a copper setting. It has a light blue, I believe, painted enamel front. Her pants, as you can see, had pockets, so I was able to slide one of her fingers in there, which I think looks adorable. And then we have here her purse. It's a light brown sort of suede purse with some eyelets and some belt stuff going on in the front, and more fringe, which is another thing that people who were alive in the 60s might remember, me not being one of them. And then here is her necklace. It does look like a butterfly, and then under that it has a very similar design to her ring with the same light blue gem on there. To me, it kind of looks like it could sort of resemble an opal, which is one of my favorite type of gems, although the necklace itself is kind of large for my taste. And then another thing she comes with is her hat. Very, very cute, and it does go on there pretty nicely, and it stays on there, so that makes me happy. Although it did come with the little pins that you can stick into her head if that's your thing. And then once we remove the hat, we get her beautiful hair, which is, I would say, a medium brown. Got some curls at the end, and I did find pieces that were cut shorter, so they might have done it in layers. I'm not 100% sure. I do have plans on boil washing her hair because there is some gel in there, and I think that it might look prettier just straight down. She has some light brown / dark blonde highlights in the front. As you can see, it's just a couple streaks in the front on both sides. Here's a close look at Poppy's face. Ignore her toplessness. She's going to get her hair washed. She has gray eyes that are centered. She has light brown eyeshadow and very, very light brown lips as well. Sometimes they look like they're not painted, and sometimes they do, so I might add some type of texture to them, either glossy or pearly or something like that. But I do love that she has a very unique look to her face, and that we did not get bright pink lips on this one. And one last thing I wanted to show was the design for her box. It's another thing that I really appreciate about the Poppy Parker line is how they change the design on her box to match the theme. The back is a very, very beautiful grayish teal color, and you get Poppy Parker down there in gold. I think this combination is absolutely gorgeous. And then the front is just a cardboard brown, and we have this sort of flower shape that actually spins. Very beautiful, and these vine wreaths here, and then we have Poppy Parker, and then at the bottom here we have a text about the convention. And the sides, we have this little stitching pattern here. We have the Poppy logo sideways in gold. If you're still watching this boring part, the inside is cardboard brown and then the sides are gold. The accessories box is a mini version of the doll box itself. That is all for today. I will see you guys next time. Peace out.